Listen. So over to you, Mrs. Priya, the Secretary of OISCA Women's Chapter.
Priya, your audio is not connected. Priya? Your audio is not connected, Priya. Priya? You can speak now. Priya?
Yeah. You're able to hear me?
Yeah, you can. We can hear you. Please carry on.
Yeah. So let's introduce our guest. Very good morning to all. Let's welcome our first guest and speaker for this day is SrividyaShankar, a very well-known media personality. As a postgraduate in psychology, no wonder she is a people's person. Who chose her profession as a newsreader, the visual media, and popular for her interview sessions with personalities from every walk of life, right from politicians and academicians. Further, she reached to the common public with her unique roles played as an actress in famous television serials, who was introduced to the industry by none other than the legend director, Mr. K. Balachandran. She is here today to introduce us about social justice and its significance and importance to the society today. Thank you so much. We welcome you, ma'am. Please take over the session.
Kindly please have all your mics in mute, and if you have any queries or questions regarding this session, you can leave it down in the chat box. Over to you, Mrs. SrividyaShankar.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. I'm so happy to be connected with you all in this webinar. And thank you for OISCA for this, inviting me for this special day, International Justice Day, and this introduction to social justice, which is very, very, very important topic of the day. So to share upon my views, first I would like to tell something that social justice, of course, is very much required. But before that, there should be some laws which should be protecting everybody, that they must ensure it. That is, the law should be equal to all, and this law should be protective to everybody. This a protective law is required. When these two things are there, automatically that everybody will get whatever we are in need of it. There is some issues based on this only. We are going for inequalities. This is what I feel. So somewhere that is எல்லாருக்குமான ஒரு சட்டம், அந்த சட்டம் பாதுகாப்பானதா இருக்கணும். இது ரெண்டு விஷயம். So இப்போ when we talk about this, social justice means wealth, opportunities and privileges to all in the society. In common we talk about this. So equality means socially, economically, politically, rights and opportunities. And now we consider the treatment is also essential, because the treatment is in that area there is a lot of discriminations we see. So that to be corrected, then only the equality we can, what we expect we can reach. And there are so many social welfare organization, workers, NGOs, they are all contributing to enrich this, and the people who are in need of it to get everything, they are working on it. As you people, there are so many organizations to this. I feel these things are very, very vital and it is very much needed. But when we talk these things in detail, the basic need of every human should be satisfied, and the law should ensure they get everything. The basic need is a decent house, food, clothing, and health care. That is, food in the sense is nutrition. The nutrition is very, very essential. Here we see a lot of people, even in many countries, the child, it's a birth right. Even the small kids, while birth itself, the ratio is very high, death rate, because of malnutrition or non-availability of nutritive food. So these basic criteria should be satisfied. Then only the human can think about something else, about education or skill or the betterment of life. So the opportunities is very important. இன்னைக்கு நம்ம democratic country la irukom, 73 years of independence, but still we see 70% of people are in below poverty. Why? அப்போ there is somewhere ஏதோ ஒரு problem இருக்கு, there is a lack. அப்போ அதை என்னன்னு கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுல தான் நிறைய ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் வருது. That leads to so many other issues. So to clear everything, first we must provide the basic needs to everybody, and government should ensure all these things. So social justice, I feel the first point is opportunities to all in their basic needs. In detail, when we go about for this, the everyday routine starts from satisfying all the things. First, house, food, health, everything. Then only we will go out for other things like education. The education which is very, very important to everybody, whether there is a justice is there or not is again a big question mark. But still, when we go to school, for what purpose? To learn something new, gaining knowledge, out of which we learn certain skills, and with the skills we go to job and we ultimately earn money out of it. Once you start earning only, we can think about your betterment of your life. But this is not equal to everybody these days. But that is because I feel that the laws are not equal and it is not giving complete protection, or there is a doubt, and many people, scholars have mentioned about all these things. There should be an equalities. So when this routine is fulfilled only, you can go and think about something else. Here comes the discrimination, and for the social justice, discrimination is very, very important, and it's a very big threat that it is happening all over the world. Not only in India we are facing this discrimination, it is globally. There are racism, sex, gender, age, in every areas there are discrimination. This leads to another problem that we face. The society what is today, it is mainly because of discrimination, I feel. When you go out of India, in Asian, that is continental cliffs are there. When you go out, there are racism issues there. Even in our country, even in Tamil Nadu, we feel that women can't go outside their house. They can't come back home with full safety. This is for past 150 years only we are all coming out and working. Before that, we were totally dependent and we were at home only. But now, even after this 150 years, there are certain years were really golden age for women. But now it is again gone back to square, because this inequalities leads to a lot of criminal activities. பெண்களுக்கு எதிரான வன்கொடுமை அப்படின்னு வரும்போது, harassment to women is not only for women, now children, even 2 to 5 years old girl child is being brutally raped by a small boy. But who is held responsible for this? The law should be severe, and we must take action against the person who is involved in this. But that person itself is a minor, who is, whether he is aware of the mistakes or not, then then whom else that you have to blame? The society or the family? These are another big, this is a chain of problem. Now we see or talk about law of protection, law of justice we are talking, but this punishment or action to be taken against whom is a very big question mark. 10-15 years before, I feel, not only 10 or 20, a woman that is 16 years old aged women, they can't go outside. There is no security, so we must come back home. Now even a small child is insecure. These are all birthrights. இந்த உலகத்துல பிறந்த எல்லாருக்குமே வாழறதுக்கான உரிமை இருக்கு. அந்த உரிமைய பாதுகாப்ப ஒரு அரசாங்கம் அவங்களுக்கு ஏற்படுத்தி கொடுக்கணும். அது கொடுக்கறாங்கன்னு நம்ம சொல்றோம். அது இல்லைங்கிற பிரச்சனைனாலதான் இன்னைக்கு இவ்வளவு பேர் இத பத்தி நம்ம பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஏன்னா நான் விமன் இஷ்யூஸ ஹைலைட் பண்ணி பேசணும் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இப்போ இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் வருது. எஜுகேஷன் அவங்களுக்கு ஃபுல்லா கிடைக்கிறது இல்ல. இன்னைக்கு இன்னொன்னு வந்து மறுபடியும் நம்ம பழையபடி எல்லாரும் வீட்டுக்குள்ளேயே போயிருவோமோ, வெளியில போனா சேஃப் இல்ல, அதனால வீட்டுல பேரண்ட்ஸே வந்து வெளியில எதுக்கும் போக வேண்டாம், மேரேஜ் பண்ணி வச்சிடலாம், ஏர்லி மேரேஜ் திருப்பி. So this is going back to square of 50 60 years back what it happened in the society. So we are going back to that. எதுக்காக நம்ம இவ்ளோ ஃபைட் பண்ணோம், இவ்ளோ ஒரு ஃப்ரீடம் லிபர்ட்டி எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம், in again they are going back to the same old stage அப்படின்னா அது இன்னும் alarming for women. As a woman I raise this. அப்போ when we talk இதெல்லாம் நம்ம பேசும்போது நான் என்ன ஃபீல் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா, இது திஸ் இஸ் த ப்ராப்ளம், இது ஏன் நடக்குது, இதுக்கு வந்து நம்ம என்ன மாதிரியான ஒரு மெஷர்ஸ் தேவையா இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறதையும் பேசணும் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இன்னைக்கு கிரிமினல் ஆக்டிவிட்டிஸ் நிறைய நடக்குதுன்னா இன்னைக்கு வந்து ஸ்ட்ரீட் சில்ட்ரனா நிறைய பேர் வராங்க. அப்போ அதெல்லாம் வராங்க அப்படின்னா அவங்களுக்கு ஏதோ எல்லாருக்கும் கிடைக்கிறது அவங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கல, அதனால அவங்க ஸ்டீல் பண்ண போறாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு உண்டான விஷயங்களை அவங்களே எடுத்துக்க போறாங்க. அந்த மெத்தட் வேறையா இருக்கு. சோ மத்தவங்கள மாதிரி நம்ம இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் பார்க்கும்போது இதுக்கு எல்லாத்துக்குமே காரணம் inequalities. This inequalities can be fulfilled only by the government and social responsibility by each and every individual. இந்த ரெண்டு பேராமீட்டர்ல தான் நம்ம வந்து இத ரீச் பண்ண முடியும். இப்போ ஒரு காலத்துக்கு முன்னாடி நம்ம ஓல்டன் டேஸ் நம்ம ராஜாக்கள் ஆண்ட காலம் முடியாட்சி அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டாலும் ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு மன்னர் நல்ல ஒரு அரசாட்சி செய்யறாங்க அப்படின்னு வரும்போது அவங்க பப்ளிக் வெல்ஃபேர்ல பீப்புளோட வெல்ஃபேர்ல வந்து ரொம்ப கவனம் செலுத்திருப்பாங்க. அவங்க வந்து ஹெல்த் வெல்த் எல்லா விஷயத்திலயுமே ஃபுல்ஃபில்டா இருந்திருக்கும். அவங்களுக்கு வேணுங்கிற எல்லாமே கிடைச்சிருந்தாதான் அந்த மன்னர் வந்து சரியா ஆட்சி பண்ணா அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. அப்போ என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா உங்களுக்கு பேசிக்கான நீட் எல்லாம் சாட்டிஸ்ஃபை ஆகும்போது இவங்களோட சைக்கலாஜிக்கல் ட்ராமா உங்களுக்கு இல்ல. ஸோ நம்மளோட காக்னிட்டிவ் மைண்ட் வந்து இன்னும் வைடா இருக்கும். ஸோ லாட் ஆஃப் கிரியேஷன்ஸ்குள்ள போலாம். அன்னைக்கு இருந்த மக்கள் வந்து ரொம்ப கிரியேட்டிவா இருந்திருக்காங்க. டான்ஸ், ஆர்ட், மியூசிக் இந்த மாதிரியான ஆக்டிவிட்டிஸ்குள்ள போக முடியுதுன்னா இதெல்லாம் வந்து ரெண்டாம் பட்சம். என்னன்னா நம்மளுக்கு பேசிக் ரெக்குயர்மெண்ட் ஃபுட் ஷெல்டர் இதெல்லாம் சாட்டிஸ்ஃபை ஆனாதான் நம்மளால நார்மல் ஹியூமன் பீயிங்கா திங்க் பண்ண முடியும், அடுத்த நிலைமைக்கு போக முடியும். இன்னைக்கு அப்படியெல்லாம் போகாம இருக்கிறதுக்கு காரணம் இந்த inequalities. This should be eradicated. That for that we all are fighting. So from my point of view, still we need to give protection and the requirement for the needy people of the basic necessities. First you provide completely, then the person will think normally and they get into a normal life. Then only other skills can be developed. When everything there should be a harmony. When everybody is into getting everything only, they can think about himself, the society, the nature, the environment, everything, then we'll go for the prosperity level. So this is what I feel like sharing with you on this particular day.
Thank you, madam. Chelsea?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the questions for today will be question 1 is inequality was there from ages. In today's age, how do you think we can increase or decrease it? I mean decrease it. Sorry, oops.
Actually, I have conveyed everything. Inequalities should be eradicated. There is no doubt. But அன்னையில இருந்து இன்னி வரைக்கும் இருக்கு அப்படின்னா அத நான் சொன்னேன். Even after 73 years of independence, there are still 70% of the people are in below poverty line. This then who is held responsible when 70% of people who don't get their basic requirements, that the birthright for them, when they don't get it, how come they go to the next level? How come they think well and acquire everything? What and all is provided over it, it is cup full. It will be overflowing. So the ultimate thing is you must give security, protection, health, food equally. This who can give? That is a very big question. The government has to, but the public has to aware that this is the government is giving, that we must use it to ourselves. Beyond that, we must know how to share it with people like us. This is what is essential. There can be reservations and rights, but once if I'm fulfilled, I should be ready in a position to share those things with like people of me, of my category. I'm as ready to share rationally. It, each and every individual should think about it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Any other questions can be left down in the chat box right now. Sangeeta aunty, you're not.
Yes, no, one, I'm seeing one Banu is raising her hand. There is a,
Uh, Good morning, everybody. I'm a professor in Queen Mary's College, Department of Geography. I had asked a question: how long are is the law going to excuse boys just because he's a juvenile? And my point here is, it is not that the boys do not know what they are doing is a crime, right? So in that case, I think we need to make the law so severe that next time anybody who even should not even dare to think on these lines. Today we are one side we are talking about women empowerment and many ladies going up in the economic scale, whether it is income or even in the position. But on the other side, if we see what is the safety we have for these women. So what are we going to do about this? I mean, because we know few cases, example Nirbhaya case, where he comes out saying because he is a juvenile. So what are we going to do about this?
That case has already come to an end. That has opened up many channels that the severe punishment should be there is very much, there is no doubt, there is no alternative. But to whom to blame is a very big question before us. The society, that there are so many people who doesn't have the basic right to live. That leads to all this sort of violence. This starts from upbringing also. So when you go to that, there is a chain of thing that even the parents who are not responsible, now we say, but I feel that that is also one issue. The problem has raised to this level. That is, you are so affectionate to the children. You give everything. Even if you don't have 1 rupee in your hand, you will borrow from somebody for interest of 10% and give your child 1,000 rupees. And you are being slavery, you are being working, that you want to see, that you feel that when you see the society, when somebody is like that, even my child, I don't have anything, I work, I slog, let my generation go like that. Let my son or a daughter who can get all these things. So we are providing many things. By this, we are opening a channel. The child doesn't understand. We must give something to our children, but we must make the children understand the worth of 1 penny. But that in that area, it is a mistake of the parents too. The boy who raped her, he was punished. But the parents somehow approached, they put a case against them, they relieved him. But ultimately what he did, again the same harassment, he killed his mother for this. So there is law, but it should be followed by everybody. If my son is at fault and he is punished for it, that I must feel guilty for that. And I should not go behind him to rescue that boy from that place. This is also one example I'm telling, which has happened in that
Hasini issue.
We, the parents, are playing a major role. People who are below the poverty line, they feel they are not educated. That is one excuse. But beyond that, you are so affectionate to your children, that is also making or opening a gateway for them to do, allow them to do anything what they wanted to do.
thank you, madam. And there is one comment from one Miss Sharmila Anwar Ansari. She says, the crime committed by juveniles needs punishment definitely, but there are measures to be taken before that. I think she has a very valid point. As madam said, we had a session a few weeks ago in which the speaker very beautifully she said, We have not taught our children many basic things like, to accept failure, contentment. We have, as madam said, like, these days we are very easily providing our children with materialistic things. So what
Yes,
happens is the basic core value is getting very compromised.
correct.
So juveniles, as you said, we have a very popular perception saying we think that juvenile crimes happen only in the lower level of the society. No, that is not correct. It is happening at all levels of the society, in different areas. Like, I remember there was a popular case when a very senior police official's son was caught stealing, like, chain snatching. The reason
Correct.
was the money was not enough for him, for his pocket money was not enough. So I think,
Correct. So this is,
yes,
yeah, in this issue, again, I come to that, the parents who spoil the children, they have not taught what they want, have to learn. Because the over affection, they give everything. When one point of time they refuse, or if they don't have, these people can't survive without that. So they go to any extreme to satisfy their needs. By this, when the problem arises, at that moment, even then the parents go and protect the children, not to punish the children. That is also one reason. See, if the issues are very serious, they should be punished well. But how to eradicate all these things should not happen in future means there comes, he is at fault. But who induced this? Who influenced this matter? One way there is society, it is in, there are a lot of inequalities. The other way is the protection by the people at home, whether they are educated, sophisticated or poor. The basic thing is love and affection to the children, totally. That is, I feel so.
yes, yes. Correct, madam. And again, I have seen a comment from Ms. Banu, madam. Again, children need to be taught to take a no from the parents. Absolutely right, madam. I think most of the people who are present here would agree that. If you all agree with me, I could see a raised hand in your chat boxes, so I will understand that most of you all agree with whatever she says. Actually, what she says is absolutely right. We need to teach our children to accept a no gracefully as they get
Correct.
a yes from us. And madam, one second, madam Sharmila Anwar Ansari goes on to say, let me check. And she says the age of the juvenile from for a rape crime has to be lower than 18. It has to be as early as teens, and also there has to be severe punishment for the other criminals, and speedy justice has to come. I think we agree with her, madam, because as you said, the age 18 was set in a previous part of the society where exposure and everything was much more lesser. Today the maturity level of the children, as you said, is much more earlier. And like I would say this to my children, when I was their age, I was half smart as them. So I would agree with, I think most of you will agree with me. Madam Shrividya, can you please, what can you just tell me, what do you think about reducing the juvenile age for trying out crimes?
Absolutely, it must. There should be the change in the law. It should be reduced only because the crime rate is high with 10-year-old boy, juvenile. That is, even children are being raped or harassed by the children. Apo, there is some problem. There should be change, or we have to eradicate from the roots. But punishment should be given. For that, at least from 18, the age should reduce. That I agree with this point. Action to be taken against them. For that, the age should not be one material for an excuse. So it should be reduced.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Is there anybody else who wants to?
Yeah, I agree with Srividya ma'am. As I said, when a boy can do a crime or any mistake, he is not a child, and it is not that he doesn't know what he's doing. So it is also the influence from his peer pressure, peer group. So there only I'm saying we need to have a strict law so that in future this slowly comes down. And schools also should take equal responsibility in disciplining the children.
Correct. That's what I said first. Initially, law should be for all. and there should be equal protective laws and should be followed by everybody. Nobody should have an excuse on this. And upbringing matters, I initially told, because of the family, because of the background, it leads to many things. Love and affection is also one reason. So parents should be monitoring their children very much and observe their activities. If it goes wrong, we should definitely take an action against that point. There, care or love should not be there. Punishment should be there from home. It should be started. Of course, peer pressure will be there, but we educate, we make them responsible. That we should take that responsibility from home.
Actually, what Shreevidya ma'am சொன்னது வந்து absolutely a very ரொம்ப ஒரு வேலிடான பாயிண்ட். என்னன்னா, as parents நாம நம்ம பிள்ளைகளை எத்தனை தர தப்புல இருந்து நம்ம மறைக்கிறோம். We ourselves are teaching them not to take responsibility for their action. So நம்ம இந்த சின்ன சின்ன விஷயத்தை நம்ம என்கரேஜ் பண்ணும்போது சொசைட்டில போய் they set a very bad role or they set a very bad example. And as இது சொன்ன மாதிரி, like, you know, we get to read this in a lot of the Facebook இதுல வந்து I get to read this forward a lot. Don't teach your daughters how to dress up, teach your sons how not something like that, like, you know, teach your sons too. So that is it. Exactly. No matter what,
I would like
no way justify. Consent is very very important. இதெல்லாம் வந்து நம்ம சொசைட்டி, ஆக்சுவலி நம்ம ஃபேமிலிஸ்ல வந்து we are still a little bit hesitant to have that talk. That talk is very important.
Very
consent is very very important. அத வந்து நம்ம பிள்ளைகளுக்கு இந்த and our movies, very bad example. Very bad example.
Exactly. Movies, no, I would like to share one thing. Before that, what you said is that is in the upbringing. சொன்னேன் பாத்தீங்களா, குழந்தைங்க வளர்க்கறதுல வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் திங். நம்ம எல்லாருமே பொண்ணுங்களை வந்து பொத்தி பொத்தி வளர்க்குறோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவங்கள வந்து போற வீட்டுல எப்படி ஒரு நல்ல அடிமையா இருக்கிறதுக்கு தான் இன்னைக்கு வரைக்கும். அது வந்து மாறணும் அப்படின்னா நம்ம பசங்களுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுக்குற மெத்தடாலஜிய கொஞ்சம் மாத்தணும். இன்னைக்கு ஈக்குவலா எல்லாரும் படிக்கிறாங்க, கெரியர்னு வரும்போது 2 பேரும் ஆபீஸ்க்கு போறாங்க. ஆனா ஒரு வைஃப் வந்து கிச்சனுக்குள்ள போய் இருந்து காஃபி போடுறதுல இருந்து எல்லாருக்கும் ரெடி பண்ணி கொடுக்கறதுல இருந்து பேக் பண்ணி வச்சுட்டு பாய்ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவங்களும் ஆபீஸ் போகணும். இது நம்மளுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுத்திருக்க வழக்கம். பிகாஸ் நம்ம வீட டேக் கேர் பண்ணணும். ஆனா அதுல சின்ன சேஞ்ச் இன்னைக்கு இருக்கிற யங்ஸ்டர் யூத் அவங்களோட சில்ட்ரனுக்கு வந்து ஈக்குவாலிட்டி பத்தி பேசும்போது boys should know everything. There is no difference between boy and a girl in our house. Each and everybody is gaining knowledge from the parents' source. When they go out, the boy should also know to respect his wife, and the girl where she goes, that husband should also respect her. So the parenthood on the place la dhaan there is a change, very big change is required in the mindset. We must all incorporating everything. So in another 15-20 years, what we are talking about here, no, that will be fulfilled by the youngsters itself. This is what is required. This is one point. And then next movie, when you're talking, no, Papanasam movie, evlo per paathirpinga enak theriyala. Pathinga na Kamal Haasan sir movie paathirkingla? Rise up. No?
How many times in கேளுங்க?
Wow, super. Go ahead. அப்படி சொன்னா அந்த பையன் இறந்து போயிட்டான். அந்த பொண்ணுக்கு அவன் டார்ச்சர் பண்ணிருக்கான். அவன் இறந்து போயிட்டான். ஆனா அந்த இறந்தது என்ன? நம்ம அதுக்கு முன்னாடி பேசினதுதான். Sophisticated societyல மிஸ்டேக் இல்லையானா what I said is rightன்றதுக்கு வந்து this itself is a proof. Hire police official. She has given that much freedom to the boy. So he has taken a right. But ultimately that அந்த மூவில ரொம்ப இன்டெலிஜென்ட்டா கமல் ஆக்ட் பண்ணி he is punished. ஒரு லால கொண்டு போயிருந்தா இந்த பனிஷ்மெண்ட் அவங்களுக்கு கிடைக்குமா, கிடைக்கிறதுனா எவ்வளவு நாள் ஆகும் அப்படின்னு நமக்கு தெரியுது. So that is secondary. But what I feel is by watching this movie, it also has a moral how to bring up our children. What is the responsibility the parent has, and the child, what is the limitation that the child has. இது எல்லாமே நம்மளுக்கு வந்து அதுல ஒரு மாரலா சொல்லுது. நீ அதெல்லாம் தாண்டி போகும்போது சட்டப்படியோ வேற எந்த படியோ யூ வில் பி பனிஷ்ட் அப்படிங்கறதையும் நம்மளுக்கு அந்த ரிசல்ட் வந்து சொல்லி கொடுக்குது. This is what from this movie I just remember a movie நீங்க பேசினோன்னு எனக்கு இது ஞாபகம் வந்துச்சு.
And I think most of us would also agree with me. இப்போ நம்ம ஒரு progressive societyல இருக்கறனால அந்த discrimination வந்து ஓரளவுக்கு குறைஞ்சிருக்குது. Nowadays parents are consciously raising their sons. அவங்கள வந்து ஈக்குவலா வீட்டு வேலையில ஈக்குவலா அவங்கள பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ண வைக்கிறாங்க. They are consciously raising their sons. Like, I have seen a lot of my friends who have sons. They are much more actually very cooperative than daughters actually. And as madam said, we cannot raise daughters as marriage material. No, they are not marriage material. Only they are human beings also. பசங்களுக்கெல்லாம் எப்படிலாம் இருக்குதோ அந்த மாதிரி உணர்ச்சிகள், ஆசைகள் and goals, and they want to do so many things. But one thing we should be very happy is society is actually progressing, and people are becoming more sensitive. We should make a better effort to raise more sensible children. We should gender sensitization is a very, very important thing, and we should make a concerted effort and a conscious effort towards it. Yes, madam. Is anybody else wants to ask anything?
Yeah. As you said, ma'am, first as parents, we should also think என் பையன் பண்ணிருக்க மாட்டாங்கிறத விட ஒருவேளை அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு டவுட் வந்தால் that we should be prepared to accept and think on those lines. ஏன்னா பையங்கும் போது immediate doubt comes is no, my son would not have done. Whereas if there is a complaint against a daughter saying that I saw her with somebody and immediately we have a doubt. So again there is a discrimination with boys and girls, and I think this COVID lockdown period can be utilized in such a fruitful way by teaching boys to help in the house. I've been seeing, because I live in a big apartment of 400 houses, where since the children are not allowed down, the boys can be taught to at least do little bit in the kitchen, sweep or mop, so that they also understand the difficulty their mother faces. And that too, most of the ladies today are working, so they can also understand what she undergoes, and that can be a small relief for the mother also.
Very true, absolutely true. I see one Miss Bindya's hand is raised. Miss Bindya, you want to ask a question?
No, I said I agree with you. What she said is right.
Yes, yeah.
Sangeeta, may I?
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah, I'm happy. Actually, I'm from Kerala. I'm joined from Palakkad.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
I just saw you, and then thank you, Srividya ma'am. It was really interesting, all of you discussing on such issues, because being a teacher, I feel the school has to play a very important role in this. And we teachers, of course, in Kendra Vidyalayas, we were given training at center in gender sensitization. Because I feel that every school, should start on sex education. It should be made compulsory. And for this, I have a request. People like you, people like all the advocates and all of you, the lawmaking, children should be taught along with they know chemistry, maths and all that they earn and everything, but they should know what is a woman and what is how should you respect a girl. And they should start beginning, because the POCSO Act has come now. We are indeed so happy with that act that has come. It has it has become our, but you come over to Kerala, though we say it's a very literacy and all that, every day you hear this rape cases, children moving away, running and all that. So I feel we cannot totally blaming the parents again. Nowadays, they have just one child or two children, and they don't stay in a joint family again, all in nuclear families, and parents working, all earning double income groups. Because of this, the children are spoiled. They feel that, yeah, what I didn't get, let my child get. Now,
That's what I said. Sorry to interrupt. That's what I said. We pamper our children without knowing anything. We just like that give whatever they want. That leads to all such issues.
Anita, madam? Madam Anita? Oh, can you...
Is it? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I feel the need of the hour is to change our syllabus, ma'am, because parents depend totally on the schools. And the teachers today just go by the curriculum and they are back home. I have a total, and I request all of you, you like advocates, and what you discuss now, you will have to put it in black and white and circulate it, send it to the ministry, to the HRD, to the NCRT. Something has to be done because children, we are not, we see now the third generation, the next generation that is coming is going to be more because they have money in their hand. The parents have already have the house for them. They have everything for them. The children just come, aram se they come, they sit down. அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும். And parents என்னன்னா எனக்கு பண்ண முடியல, எனக்கு கிடைக்கல, let my children be comfortable. சில parents அதுல proud வேற. ஓ என்னோட பையனுக்கு அது தெரியும், இது தெரியும். Like there is a competition now. This is the problem I feel, ma'am. So my suggestion is, as a teacher, I put it to you because I've been handling right from 6th standard to the above classes. My request is kindly, whatever you're doing now, I think you'll have to be put into black and white. Talk to the ministry, the education group. Do something in the schools. Parents are depending on totally on the schools. In the school, children, +2 children in the 8th class, they are starting. Number padikra madri illa. We were scared of teachers. But today, teachers, our hands are tied. So what, anyway, I'm so happy that I could be with you all and Shreevidya madam. Though I brought up in Chennai, I moved to Kerala. I used to stay in Egmore, very close to this Madras School of Social Work, Personal Management and all that. So I'm happy about it. I'll also put in a word, Shreevidya madam, and anytime we want, we'll keep in touch with Sangeeta to call you all because I'm with the NCRT now. So I'll surely call you all again. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Nice
very
meeting
much.
you all on this thing.
Thank you very much, Anita madam. Thank you very much. And as she said, I think we all have to agree. நம்ம பிள்ளைங்க நம்ம கூட இருக்கிறதோட after a certain stage, they are in the school more, like, so just a couple of days ago I was telling my mother, என் பிள்ளைங்க ஸ்கூலுக்கு போறதுக்கு முன்னாடி தான் இவ்வளவு நாள் என் கூட இருந்தாங்க. After a long time, thanks to the COVID situation, I'm full time managing my children. So what madam says is absolutely right. And there is one more thing which I always want to share it is, children do not follow advice. They follow the role model. So how a father treats a mother, how the mother treats a father, that plays a very important role in the child's psyche. If the father is very concerning and caring about his wife, the children will turn out like that. So நம்ம advice பண்றத stop பண்ணிட்டு, we should also act upon it. That is also very important. இது நம்மளுக்கு இருக்க role, நம்மளோட responsibility as parents. It's our responsibility. Is anybody else wants to ask? Yes, Basumati madam. Yes, Basumati ஒருத்தங்க.
I agree.
Okay, after that I'll ask.
I'm also a teacher from Trivandrum in Kerala. And first of all, I would like to thank Banu ma'am for having got me into this webinar because I found it very, very interesting. So in the beginning, I was thinking whether I should join right now. But then after joining, I found it very interesting and very informative. First of all, what I would like to say is the mothers, they have a very great role. As a teacher who has been teaching for 25 years in the +2 session, I find that most of the parents, especially the mothers, they are very much pampering their young boys. And that is one of the reasons that is leading to all these crimes nowadays. Because the mothers are not ready to accept the fact that their child has done something wrong. And as young mothers in future also, I would say that you people have a great responsibility in bringing up your children. If it is a boy, you should teach them how to respect women, how to give care to women, how to protect women, because everything starts from home. No teacher can do any miracle to change the behavior of your son unless the mother tries from the beginning. from the beginning, from the childhood, the mother should inculcate this habit in the child so that the boys would learn to respect women. Only then we can have a place where there is no crime, where the number of rape cases would decrease, and where the number of divorces will also decrease. That's one reason that is happening around us. And I always think, and I also see, have in my experience, I find that the mothers who come for the parent teachers meeting also, the way they respond, it is difficult. They cannot accept such facts. Whatever it is, they try to, pamper their children and try to make it even more sweeter. They say, it's not my fault. He's a very good boy at home. He doesn't do anything like this. I have never seen him doing that. Such kind of protection should not be there. So I think this would be an additional point to your talk, Srividya ma'am. And I thank you so much because it's quite interesting and I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I have one gentleman, one Mr. Rajendran Pandyan madam. I would like to read out his comment. Apart from imparting awareness and inculcating values, we also need to have deterrents in place. Children should know offenders won't go unpunished. I think Ms. Banu also mentioned this. The speaker did exceedingly well. Thanks.
I would like to put a point here. I think schools and colleges, they should have an emotional bonding with these students so that they can connect easily with them, and thereby they can definitely make the students listen to them. Because I've been in the teaching line since 2001 in school and colleges. Definitely it has helped me because when the mother says, even I've seen my daughter going to school, when I say something, she used to say, no, my teacher said, so that is right. So they blindly believe their teachers. And same, even I faced one situation where I just told the students of my class just to get up early. When the mother came for the PTA meeting, she said, I don't know, all these years I've been telling, but he didn't even bother about it. Last 2-3 days, he's been getting up at 5 o'clock. So I think teachers, when they have an emotional bonding with the children, definitely can do wonders. And Srividya ma'am, through media, I think you can definitely do more wonders.
Thank you. I'm doing it. Wherever there is a possibility, I always put all these things to create awareness. Thank you so much. I have one point. That is, we were sharing about that schools or the responsibility. Even I feel the school is the next home, and the teachers are again the parents to them. So there, the main thing is education. That what initially a person or a lecturer from Kerala, she said, no, law should be there. போக்சோ சட்டம் இருக்கு. ஸோ அதனால எல்லாரும் கேர்ஃபுல்லா இருப்பாங்க. அப்படிங்கிறதுனாலும் இந்த லாவை ஒரு சப்ஜெக்டா not in higher education, in school level, if we bring in, this is also developed, this will also help them to understand. Those days, I'm talking about my school days in 20-25 years before, we have moral science, but now there is no subject at all. Moral science, there is no mark for this subject, so we have taken out easily from the syllabus. But the exact thing is the moral science subject only teach you lessons for your life. Whatever we gain, knowledge, money, wealth, everything, how to utilize and how to live our life will teach us only this subject. But this subject is totally taken away from our syllabus. I really want those things to come back up to middle schools, up to 8th standard. Moral science should be there. If not, law should be there. This should be from 5th standard to 8th standard at least. If whatever we do, it is a crime, this we should not do. If we do this, we'll be punished. These are the things should be learned while learning from school. So that point I would also would like to ensure, yes, it should be changed in the syllabus, whether to bring back moral science or law in a simple way.
Thank you, Srividya madam. One Ms. Sharmila Anwar Ansari, she wants to have a word. Madam.
Yeah, hello. All of you, thanks for this wonderful session actually. Lot has been talked about parenting, வீட்ல வளர்க்கணும் ஸ்கூல்ல இப்படி பார்க்கணும் அப்படின்னு. But we think it should be an overall development. Overall reform should be there, I think. Because இன்னைக்கு ஸ்கூல்ல இருக்கும்போது okay, they are with their teachers, with their friends and all. What to மத்த டைம் எப்படி ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்றாங்கன்னா most of us have an influence by media. Definitely we watch YouTube. இன்னைக்கு சின்ன சின்ன பிள்ளைங்க எல்லாம் Facebookல இருக்காங்க, and also like TVs. I think overall media la how many of us like ஒரு sanitary napkin நம்ம பார்க்கறோம். It is that which every woman uses. Half of our population is a women, and every woman at one point or time is going to use it. அது ஏன் ஒரு blue colorல காட்டுறோம் blood? Why should be that? I think movies we show blood as red. We don't feel that oh sensitive people இது பண்ணுவாங்க நம்ம யோசிக்கல. We show it there, but here it is again ஒரு சென்சிட்டிவான விஷயம். We hide it. That is what I think. Small things. How many of our husbands are allowed into the delivery rooms? How many of them know what the actual pain the women would be going into? இதெல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சாதானே ஒரு சென்சிட்டிவா இருப்பாங்க. இவ்வளவு கஷ்டப்படுறாங்களான்னு தெரியும் போதுதான் when the young men know, they will also inculcate that into their children. சின்ன பிள்ளைங்க அதை பார்க்கும்போது they will also understand. They will start respecting. That is where respect will come. Just by saying that oh நாங்க 9 மாசம் உங்களை சம்பந்தம், we have so much pain, they will not understand. They'll say what is this, எப்பவுமே இதே கதை தானா. This has been heard by all our mothers, everyone. But actually I think we should have to tell them, rather than telling them, we should allow them to see that, feel it. And moreover I think parenting na varumbodhu we all are towards mothers. Veetla amma 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 nu solrom. I think even the fathers should be given a role. Fathers also need to respect their wives or the women in the house, and also only by that, like including your children in your housework, everything is point. And I think like everyone has discussed school education, வீட்ல எல்லாமே டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிட்டோம். I think even media and also in school, வீட்ல கூட சில விஷயங்கள் basically all of us hide a sanitary napkin somewhere so that the men do not see it. It is a taboo here. I think all this should change. As I have already quoted in my message, women empowerment also should be there. Women should start fighting for it. How many of us would have, at our age also, we would have had some amount of என்ன சொல்றது, ஏதோ ஒரு நம்மளுக்கும் ஒரு தப்புகள் நடந்திருக்கும். But how many of us would have voiced it out? ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். We would think that our parents will நம்மளதான் திட்டுவாங்க or something like that. When all these basic changes are made, when it becomes normal, yes, every woman is so, then I think women also will be not ashamed to tell about the abuse they have gone through. Yeah, thank you.
I think you've made some very strong points, like that one thing which I would totally agree with you is our children, for our children we should be the first refuge. That doesn't happen overnight. It is a bond we build over the time. Because what you say, I totally have to agree with you. And as you said, it is not only the mother's role in the house family, it is the father also has a equivalent role. And yes, and other sensitive issues which you have told us, we are being brought through ages and times from, I do not know from how many thousand years we have been trained in such a way. So as you said, but the society is progressing slowly, as you said, and things are actually நம்ம ஒரு கொஞ்சம் விஷயங்கள் வந்து as you said, நீங்க சானிட்டரி பேட்ன்ற வேர்டை யூஸ் பண்றதுக்கு வந்து இப்படி ஒரு மீடியால இப்படி ஒரு பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ல யூஸ் பண்றது வந்து 5 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு நினைச்சு பார்க்காத ஒரு விஷயம். You would have been branded as a feminist, but here people are listening. So we have come away. Very true. And as you said, வந்து நீங்க வந்து பிள்ளைகளுக்கு வீட்ல இருக்கும்போது நம்ம வந்து the pain of a woman the sister, the mother, everything goes through வந்து நம்ம வீட்ல சொல்லி கொடுத்தாதான் அவங்க வெளியில போகும்போது நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி சில விஷயங்கள் we have to teach the sons, we have to teach the husbands, like இதெல்லாம் இப்படி எல்லாம் இருக்குது, so they will respect the women outside. And one more point I would like to bring across is we only talked about children growing up at homes and schools, and after that when they go out to work and all the stuff also, we have to people have to be really what you call responsible in their actions. It is a very known fact, like work circle la vande the men and women are not treated in par. It's a very common fact da illan sollala, but then things are all still getting better. And please, I would again want to say this, we are not feminist in any form, we are only raising out voices which has not been heard at much levels, that is all. Yes, madam.
If any of you have not seen Hindi movie Thappad,
Yes.
I think yes, that movie says it. What you said, that says it. Even it can be easily said or very lightly put as just a slap from the husband. But then, as she says, it is a slap. Even if it is a slap, it is not. That's it. So that also should be taken as a crime, and that should be taken it very seriously, because men or even the boys take it very seriously that he can do it to his sister or mother or wife. So that point of view has to change.
Correct, very correct. I think this session will keep on going. If you're going to talk like this, I think till the evening 4 o'clock, till our next session starts, it will keep on going. Where I have to really call it, because I had assured Shreevidya ma'am that we are very particular of the time. By 12 o'clock, we'll wind her up. And I think, madam, can you?
We have Miss Priya to conclude this session actually. Miss Priya?
So that was really interesting. Thank you so much, ma'am. ரொம்ப அழகா சொன்னீங்க. The responsibility lies not only with individual, it doesn't even lies even with the government. It should be coordinated from all the right from the society, right from the parents of the kids or individual as such. The judiciary, the government, and the society together has to take up this responsibility of social justice. It has to be ensured to each and every person as a birthright. And then a very valid point is about the moral science to be reintroduced into schools, because our generation knows the value of moral science and still we keep it up. But this generation is all about marks, and it's about competition, winning the competition. Today it has been like the education has to be reconsidered, and again introducing law right from the basic school is a very welcoming suggestion which we all have to take it up. And inputs from Banu ma'am, Sharmila ma'am, and Anita ma'am was really very nice. A very wonderful session. Thank you so much for being here. We had a very great time with you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. I am taking this first opportunity to thank everyone, Shreevidya ma'am especially. I hope you enjoyed our session, and as we all enjoyed it very much. And thank you very much, madam. Thank you once again. And my personal thanks to everyone who has tried to make it from all different parts of the state and different states also. My personal thanks, and thank you very much. So the next session is at 4 o'clock. So kindly everybody join. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you.